note, we are going to talk about nutrition, part 2. And so this is the flip side of nutrition in terms of not the things that we eat and drink, but everything else that we consume and absorb. So I'm talking about colors, I'm talking about furniture, I'm talking about bed sheets, I'm talking about towels, I'm talking about the music, the TV, the conversations, the radio, the podcasts. I'm talking about the clothes that you wear. I'm talking about everything that exists in your world, and how deliberate is it? So first of all, that's going to be the thing that I want you to do today. I want you to think about whether things are just there for the sake of it, whether things are there and they've been sitting there for the last 20 years or even 5 years, and have you actually appreciated it? And if you haven't, pick it up and throw it, or give it away, whatever it is. But I want you to get really deliberate about what is in your space, and have a bit of a purge in that way, because when we lift our vibration, the things around us don't match our vibration anymore, but they can actually Paula, sorry, I'm just going to mute you. They can actually overshadow our vibration and keep us pulled down, and sometimes that can be something that we're not aware of. So if there is clutter, even if you just do one room, or one space, the space that you're in the most today, for example, I know we're not going to go through the whole freaking house and work and stuff like that, but just find one space, one corner that you're in, and be really deliberate about what's there. Then I want you to maybe over the next coming days have a bit of a stock take, which you're going to learn about stock take tomorrow. But actually, no, today's Thursday. Tomorrow we're doing the 9 questions, so you'll learn about stock take on Monday. But I had to change the order because I wanted to know
Today's Wednesday
to go on the RYV board. Fuck.
I've been doing that.
So weird.
Okay, cool. So tomorrow you're going to learn about stock take. Not as crazy as I thought it was. And then on Friday we're going to do the 9 questions because I want them for your RYV board. But anyway, so I want you to go through and I want you to do a physical kind of cleanup of your area, just removing anything that you don't deliberately want there or that doesn't serve you anymore, or perhaps just has no point being there anymore. Give it away, move it, throw it in the bin. What that's going to do is lift the vibration of your space slowly but steadily. What I also want you to do as well is then today especially take stock take of your technology usage. So in terms of television, podcast, radio, social media, apps and things like that. Years ago, I deleted the Facebook app off my phone and I only have it on my computer. I have Messenger on my phone and I have my Facebook page app on my phone, but I do not have my private account, and I'm actually really never on it. Like, it's really only for family to know that I'm alive, because I'm a recluse when it comes to my family. So I want you to, I'm not going to tell you what to do. It's completely up to you what you feel is necessary for your life. However, just the information and the education and the knowledge that you're constantly being exposed to has so much. I just lost everyone. Can you all hear me? Yeah, sorry, everyone's faces just disappeared. It has so much subliminal weight to our vibration, especially. So to be very hyper aware of what you're absorbing without even realizing it, which is again that deliberate choice about what it is that you're consuming. So television shows, I will be the first to admit that I love nothing. I don't really have no time to watch TV most of the time, but when I do, it is almost always complete trash, like reality TV, trash. And I feel like it just helps me reconnect into just humor and just have a laugh and just sort of see what the other side of the human headspace is doing. That, it just, I don't know, it just helps me just get over myself and everything else, and sometimes just come back down a little bit. So the other things that I will usually watch are documentaries. I am a bit of a true crime junkie, which is not exactly the greatest, but I'm a mentalist, so I really look into the psychology, and I try to see whether or not I can understand, why they did what they did, and intuitively and psychically understand it. So it's not like I'm listening to it for all the gory details or anything. I'm doing it more for the fact that serial killers fascinate me. So really just deliberately and consciously choosing what it is that you're listening to. The other thing too is the level of your conversation. A lot of us are just at work every day, so the conversation is usually about work, but I want you to start to be aware of who around you tends to have low vibrational conversation, and who around you encourages or naturally has high vibrational conversations with. So gossip is very low vibration, and bitching and talking about other people in any way, shape or form is usually much more low vibrational, because there's a lot of judgment sitting inside of that, whether you know the facts or not. So being really aware of your friends and the people that you come into contact with on a regular basis, and the level of that conversation, because as you raise your vibration, those conversations are going to start pissing you off even more and more and more and more and more. And then that means that the friendship or that dynamic between you and that person is going to shift. And then potentially, depending on how much of a high horse you're on, you could tell that person, to bugger off, and that's not cool. So as we raise our vibration, usually things just start to teeter away, or to slowly dissolve or drift away and dilute. And that's how you really want it to happen. And that's why if you're hyper aware of what's going on around you, you can monitor that as it changes, and not think, oh, why is that person all of a sudden not speaking to me? Or how come I'm not included in that group chat? It's like, well, that's what you're hoping to not be included in, and that's what you're hoping to not have that conversation with, because clearly the universe is moving away the lower vibrational people and moving you towards the higher vibrational people, which is why you're in this boot camp. So the conversations, the technology, and the space is what I want you to focus on today. But nutrition is a much broader thing. So it really can come down to clothes. It can come down to the fabric that you use to sleep, the types of shoes you wear, all those things. So you can take it to an extreme, or you can just be simply more deliberate and one up yourself with your choices. So you can wear more natural fibers, you can use more longer lasting products, and not do the Kmart cookie cutter and those kinds of things, like each to their own. I am so guilty of Kmart cookie cutter for the kids, because it's like high turnover. But in terms of wastage is depending on if it's natural or not. If it's man-made product and it's waste, it's very low vibrational. If it's natural product and it's waste, then it's not so low vibrational. Obviously, where you put it makes it even more low vibrational. So there's so much, it's such a rabbit hole. But really, it's just about being more deliberate with what you're consuming and what you're allowing yourself to be exposed to vibrationally. So a lot of the time when people go to a space like a yoga space, or a psychic medium space, or like a new age store, there's a reason why there's beautiful colors, why the fixtures are usually raw timbers, or lots of glass, and or very minimalist. And that is simply because in my room, for example, in my spirit room at work, I've created that space to be in a harmony where I need it to be for my vibration to do what I need it to do. And so it's a very deliberate and conscious, energetic space. So I want you to start doing that too, because you can have a deliberate, conscious, energetic home, office, anywhere.